So here I am feeling a little bit nervous to begin my speech. We've all talked about being Delulu, like we all experience the Delulu-ness, some more than others, and we say, don't feed my Delulu. I actually am crazy, and it's like, I need to stop. But do you need to stop? Do you need to stop? Well, I'm here to tell you, you don't. In fact, you shouldn't, because in 2024, we are gonna get everything that we want by simply being delusionally confident. And you know what? It's just a simpler way of saying manifesting. It's simple as can be, expecting the best things for yourself, law of assumption, believing that good things are coming to you. Just be confident, but like really confident, and then that's manifesting. So many of us live in a lack mindset, and that's considered normal. Lots of people are just generally negative people, or just like, oh, you're just like negative, or you're just like, even like insecure, like you're just like, and it's like, people will be like, I have no friends, when it's like, yes, you do. Like, I know I can like name a couple of your friends, or it'll be like, everyone hates me. They'll be like, everyone hates me. And I'm like, well, no, because I know that you have people who don't hate you. I'm one of them. In fact, I'm like, no, okay. That's, you know, false. They'll say, I'm so ugly. I'm looking at you, and I'm like, I don't think you're ugly. I don't think you're ugly. But you are deciding all of those things and saying them about yourself, and that's considered like normal, even though those things are like probably not even true. But it is weird to be so confident in yourself. Not weird, but like, you don't see it as much. Like, you don't see extremely confident people that are outwardly confident very often. And when you do, you assume that they're like narcissistic or just like full of themselves. I think that that's just other people kind of projecting their own sadness of not having that confidence. When they see somebody else who has it, they get judgmental. Obviously, there is such a thing as going over the top. You do need to be humble, not boastful, not comparing yourself to others, not saying you're better than anyone, just being happy with who you are. Being negative is the equivalent of being like Delulu confident. Like, they're the same thing. Both of them are like kind of not real in a way. Like, you're kind of just saying shit, but that's both of them. So it's like, instead of doing the negative one, just do this one instead, because it's like you're already just saying bullshit. Like, you do have friends, you are cute, you know this, you're just saying it's not true, but it is true, and you know it. So instead of doing that, just do this. Maybe something fucking great will happen. A general way I would want to state this technique is literally just saying, always expect the best for yourself. Also, guys, I was like literally like planning on like doing some makeup throughout the process of like doing this video. So like, I'm gonna do some of that as well too, honestly. The realest way I'll explain this technique is just to say, be so confident to the point where it feels ridiculous, and you actually just have absolutely nothing to lose, and it's so much fun. Like, it's so much fun. And this is what I'm gonna say to you guys right now. You're not going to have miracles come into your life if you aren't allowing them in. So right now, I want you to have radical acceptance. Hey, right now I'm gonna accept I am just as worthy and capable of everybody else on this planet. Why? We're all exactly the same. Anybody that has done something ever is just proof that I can do it too. And it's like, you don't always have the capability to be that confident. Obviously, like in this video too, I'm talking about like generally 2024 and what we want this year, what we want to see. What I want to see this year is just more mindfulness overall, more meditating. And I have an app that I use that I'm gonna put you guys onto, and it's called Aura, and it helps me keep up with those habits when it's like I can't be manifesting these good things for myself right now because I'm not feeling good. So what can I do for myself? It's kind but doesn't take too much energy. So I use this app called Aura. There's a lot of variety and like personalization. You can really make it your own. It's just so much simpler using an app. It's like a template when you're like lazy. It knows exactly what tracks I like to listen to, and it makes them customizable. I always do the same thing every day, like listen to the same tracks every day. Makes it super habitual. They do breath work, they talk about spirituality, like access to all this meditation techniques, inspiring stories, life coaching. And I trust it because it is created by expert coaches and therapists. It's the only app that's actually helped me in maintaining consistent meditation. I do have a link that you guys can use if you want to get a free trial and an exclusive 25% off. The first 500 people that will use my link will be getting that. Fuck, I like have been wanting to do my makeup the whole time and I just haven't been doing it. If you are calling yourself ugly, you're equating yourself with ugliness. Why would you do that? You're allowing yourself to be ugly. You're deciding that that is a narrative that you want for yourself. You can just instead give yourself the opportunity to be the most attractive person in every room. Why not that? Why this? Why should you say I'm ugly when you should instead say I'm the most attractive person in every room? You can have this. Why are you picking this? I don't understand. Maybe it's because you didn't know you were picking it by saying it. Now you do know, so don't do that anymore. Why wouldn't you want to give yourself these opportunities to be that person you want to be, to have those things you want? Why wouldn't I allow myself to have lucky girl syndrome? Why can't I be the girl who just annoyingly gets everything she wants? I've made myself that girl. Do you think you're that girl? Because that girl, she knows that she's that girl, that bitch that gets everything she wants. She's aware. Do you know you're that girl? You don't know you're that girl. You can't be that girl. You can't. So you have to know it. Otherwise, you're not her. You're not her. For her, it's so obvious. She knows it. She's been aware of it. It works out for her because she decided that, because she decided, I get what I want. When it comes to me practicing delusional confidence, or even just understanding the best way to use the technique, I'm gonna give you guys some insight. I have this like Gucci lipstick. Okay, I know people who are super confident and super sure in themselves often get seen as full of themselves. If that's a worry that you have, you don't need this to be an outward thing. To be confident, you don't have to talk about it all the time. Like, you can just have that inner knowing that you're that bitch. So you don't have to expose your Delulu-ness. You don't have to say the things that you want for yourself necessarily. If it makes you uncomfortable, you can just do your shit. They will see. They will see for themselves when all that shit starts coming your way. Like, no need to, you don't have to bring people into it and let their judgment affect you, because people are judgmental and people might tell you that you're being a full of yourself brat. And I'm sorry, but there's a difference between being a full of yourself brat and liking yourself. Hello, we're gonna be ourselves for the rest of your life, and you're not gonna like yourself. You're not gonna want the best for yourself. Like, you can do what you want to do. If you know who you want to be and what you want to be it. And don't let anyone make you feel weird about that. And if you think that you're the type that will feel weird about it, if someone makes you feel weird, then don't say anything to anyone. Because honestly, you don't need other people's judgments if they're not going to be helpful. But another important thing, when I feel doubtful that it's even doing anything, holding this delusional confidence, I remember that I am not losing anything from holding a confident mindset. I will never be getting anything bad out of that. Only good can come out of being happy with yourself. And also, I've had like literally the most amazing lucky girl syndrome since I started doing this, and it like works so well. So I honestly don't get doubtful because I'm like, oh, girl, I've seen it work. But like, if I did think oh, what if this isn't working? I could be like, okay, well, there's absolutely, like, the worst thing that happens is that nothing happens. That's the worst thing. So it's the same as not doing it. That's the worst. Like, it's like, why not, you know, just hold that mindset. It's good. We've all wanted amazing things for ourselves, but you have to know it's yours to have it. You have to be aware of the fact that you decide whether you can have this thing or not. If you don't think it's available to you, it never will be. You have to understand that it's up to you to decide if you are gonna let this come into your life, because it's there. If you want it, it's yours, but you have to accept it. You have to allow it to be yours. You can't have it be this thing that you want but that you'll never be able to get. No, if you want it, allow yourself to get it. You need to become aware of the fact that you are deciding these things for yourself. Now that you know, use that to your advantage. You have more control than you know in what happens to you in your life, to be real with you. Why do I love to be Delulu? Because it totally works and it's fucking awesome. My friends roll their eyes at me seeing how I just get everything I want. I tell them this is what you have to do and that I'm not more special than anybody else. I'm not like, it's not just like the luck of the draw. We all have the ability to do this. Well, why does this even work? Let me tell you that, because it's actually pretty important. But simply put, if you don't know this, you probably haven't watched my channel, but our beliefs create our reality. We often see what we expect to see. When we believe something, the way we act or go about life, or our perspective of our surroundings and daily events, is affected by that belief. So if you believe you're unattractive, for example, you're going to be covering yourself up a lot more, covering your face in pictures, not going out. Obviously, all of these things are fine, but these may be results of feeling unsure about your attractiveness or your confidence. Your outside reality is shifting as a result of that belief about yourself. It is changing how you present yourself, what you do when you see people. Your outside reality will shift to match your inner belief, which is that you are ugly. So if that is like, oh my God, like I was making myself ugly by saying that, don't freak out. You can like literally turn it around right now. Just stop saying you're ugly and start saying you're sexy. That's it. And say it a lot. And anytime you catch yourself about to say anything otherwise, stop yourself. It's not worth it. It's that little sarcastic joke or that little self-degrading joke when you're with your friends is not worth it. Don't say it. You don't want that. Don't say that. Don't say it. Don't even, because even if it like didn't do anything to say it, like even if it's like, oh, Naomi, nothing bad's gonna happen, like maybe it will. Maybe you're right, but it's not worth the risk. Do you really want to be ugly? No. So don't call yourself ugly, okay? Okay. All right, guys. I think I've said what I needed to say, but let me know if there's more you want to hear about regarding this topic. I'm gonna go now, but I love you to the moon and back, and I will see you very, very soon.